Clore Leadership, Clore Fellowship 2024 Guide for Applicants. Contents: Clore Fellowship 2024 Application Timeline. Application Process. Making your application. How we assess your application. Feedback. If you are offered a fellowship. Changes to our application process for 2024. General eligibility criteria for the fellowship. Before you start your application. Need help. Alternative formats for applications. General advice for applicants. Stage 1 Overview. Stage 1 Application questions all applicants. Stage 2 Overview Shortlisted applicants only. Stage 2 Your nominator for reference. Shortlisted applicants only. Stage 2 Application questions provided for reference. Shortlisted applicants only. Your data. Clore Fellowship 2024 Application Timeline. Applications open Wednesday the 10th of January 2024. Applications close noon Thursday the 8th of February 2024. Stage 1 application outcomes by the end of February 2024. Stage 2 applications deadline 27th of March 2024. Stage 2 applications outcomes the week of the 15th of April 2024. Fellowship interviews mid-April to mid-May 2024. Dates pending. Notification of interview outcomes by late June 2024. Application process. The application process for the 2024 fellowship has 3 stages. Stage 1 Online application. You are asked to respond to some questions about you as a leader and your leadership potential and ideas. You will tell us which fellowship or fellowships you are applying to and how you meet their criteria. Equal opportunities monitoring information. Stage 2 Online application and nomination. You are asked to respond to some questions about you as a leader and your leadership potential and ideas. Nomination by someone who knows you professionally and who can speak to your leadership and how the program will impact for you. Stage 3 Online interview for shortlisted candidates. If you are invited to the interview stage, your fellowship interview will take about 45 minutes. It includes a short presentation by you of around 5 minutes, as well as questions about your leadership. The interview panel will include members of Clore leadership team, relevant funders and invited leaders from the cultural sector. You will receive details of the panel as well as the interview questions in advance. Interviews will take place online. We will ask you if you have access requirements for your interview. Making your application. You make your Stage 1 application in the Clore Leadership Applications portal. On our website www.cloreleadership.org. The portal will go live once fellowship applications open and will close following the published application deadline. You can submit your response to the application questions on the portal in an alternative format, e.g. audio or video recording if you prefer. You are able to save a draft of your application as you go. You are able to return to your draft application via your application dashboard in the portal. Once you submit your Stage 1 application, it is not possible to make further changes. After you submit, you will receive a confirmation email confirming we have received your Stage 1 application. If you do not receive this confirmation, please email us. fellowships@cloreleadership.org. Following the deadline, your Stage 1 application will be reviewed and assessed by 2 external assessors as well as the Clore leadership team. You may then be invited to submit a Stage 2 application. You will receive an email notifying you of the outcome of your application. We are unable to accept incomplete applications or those received after the published deadline. This includes the nominator submission at Stage 2. We strongly recommend that you do not leave submitting your application or contacting us with any questions related to your application until the deadline day, as we are likely to be dealing with high volumes of emails during this time. How we assess your application. The recruitment process is competitive and rigorous, and we endeavour to make it as thorough, transparent and fair as possible. Each application is assessed anonymously by 2 independent assessors using both scores and comments. Assessors are a diverse range of experienced professionals from the cultural sector, as well as alumni of the programme. Assessors will consider whether the applicant is invited to the next stage of the application process. The final shortlist for interview is determined by the Clore leadership team. Feedback. We regret that, due to the large volume of applications, it is not possible to offer feedback to applicants who are unsuccessful at the written application stages 1 or 2. We do offer feedback by email or a call for unsuccessful applicants who reach the interview stage 3. If you are offered a fellowship, successful applicants will be contacted by email with a provisional offer, subject to receipt of suitable references. Once you accept your offer and we receive your references, then you and your organisation, if applicable, will receive a formal fellowship agreement. Changes to our application process for 2024. For 2024-25, we have made changes to our application system, which we hope will improve the user experience. We are introducing a 2-stage process and have made changes to the questions we ask. We have also moved the nominator requirement to Stage 2. These changes are in response to feedback from previous years and seeks to further support leadership learning as part of the application process. A review of applications from 2021 onwards shows a marked uplift in the numbers of deaf, disabled and neurodivergent applicants. And consequently, we are no longer offering a guaranteed interview. We will continue to monitor applications from deaf, disabled and neurodivergent applicants to be able to respond to the outcomes of this and future application rounds. We welcome feedback regarding on the new approach, and all applicants will receive a link to a short survey following the outcome of each stage. General eligibility criteria for the fellowship. To be eligible to apply to the fellowship, you need to have been working in a leadership or change-making role in arts and culture for a minimum of 7 years. The only exception to this are our Accelerate fellowships for early career leaders, for which 5 years experience is required. You'll be asked in the application to provide a CV, outlining that you meet the level of experience required. Demonstrate that you have an ambition to lead, and are making a significant impact through your work or practice. Demonstrate a deep commitment, passion, and understanding of the cultural sector and its broader context. Demonstrate an understanding of your leadership potential. Demonstrate curiosity, self-reflection, and self-awareness, and openness to learning about yourself and others. Be in a position to influence practice and/or policy and effect change in your organisation, sector, and beyond as an artist or cultural professional. Specialist fellowships may have additional eligibility criteria. You will be asked how you meet these criteria within the application. To apply to the fellowship, you do not need to be leading a team or line managing others. You could be an artist leading change through your practice or work, a founder of your own organisation or project, or working within a team. We are interested in your change-making rather than any organisational structure or hierarchy that you may work within. Candidates from outside the cultural sector may be considered, provided their role is working within arts and culture. Exclusions: those not working within an arts or culture role, those unable to commit to or attend all the fellowship activity dates, those who do not fit the eligibility criteria for the particular fellowship for which they apply, i.e. are not living in England, UK or Ireland. Before you start your application, ensure you have read through this guide as well as all information about the fellowship on the Clore Leadership website www.cloreleadership.org/program/Clore-fellowship/. Check your eligibility for the fellowship or fellowships you are applying to. You can apply for up to 2 providing you meet their eligibility. Check your availability for all the residential and online session dates. You do need to be available to attend all the published dates on our website. Ensure you have talked to your employer, if applicable, about taking the time away from your role to undertake the fellowship. Need help? You can register to attend one of our online application Q&A sessions, which provide applicants with details of how to make an application. A recording with BSL and captions will be available afterwards. For all fellowship application related queries, you can email us at fellowships@cloreleadership.org. Please help us to help you by contacting us with any queries you may have about making your application well in advance of the application's deadline. The team will be available to offer support between 10 AM to 6 PM UK time. We will endeavour to respond to messages as quickly as we can. However, we are a small team, so please allow 24 hours for a response to your message. We treat all applicants with courtesy and would ask that you do the same with members of our team. Alternative formats for applications. A British Sign Language BSL version of this guide, and the application information on the website with captions and audio is available on our website www.cloreleadership.org/program/Clore-fellowship/. We welcome applications in alternative formats. You can upload a file with your answers in the application form on the portal. General advice for applicants. You should read the application questions carefully and answer them as honestly and openly as you can. It might be helpful to think about the following. Be brave and honest with yourself. We are not looking for perfectly formed leaders, but those with appetite, curiosity, and a willingness to develop and grow. This is not a job application. We are looking for potential rather than just assessing your achievements to date. Take the time to really think about whether this is the right program and the right time for you, and if so, why. Be open to learning. The Clore Fellowship is an opportunity to step out of your comfort zone. And we want you to demonstrate your curiosity and openness to learning. Leadership isn't about having all of the answers, and your application should express how and where you'd like to expand and improve your skills and knowledge. Answer the questions as yourself. We are looking for leaders who know and are true to themselves. Make sure that you are answering in your true voice and try to allow your personality to come across. Humility, honesty, and generosity are all vital qualities for leadership. We are keen to nurture cultural sector leaders who want to make long-lasting change within the cultural sector. Through the application, we ask you to make a compelling case for yourself, to tell us about your leadership potential, aspirations, and how you feel the program will benefit yourself and the cultural sector. We have designed the questions as an opportunity to learn about yourself as you create your application. Stage 1. Overview. At Stage 1, you are asked for your response to some questions about you and your leadership potential and ideas. You will also tell us which fellowship or fellowships you are applying to and complete some equal opportunities monitoring information. You may also wish to start to consider who to ask to be your nominator in the event you are shortlisted to Stage 2. Stage 1 Application Questions. All applicants. Question 1. Tell us how you meet the general eligibility criteria for the fellowship. 250 words max. Here we are looking for you to tell us about your current leadership role, how you are working as a leader or changemaker in your professional role. Tell us how you demonstrate the general fellowship eligibility criteria. Question 2. Please attach an anonymised CV with your name and any contact details removed, showing how you meet the minimum of 7 years of experience, either through professional or voluntary experience, or 5 years if you are applying to the Accelerate Fellowship for Early Career Leaders. Here we are looking to see that you have the relevant number of years' experience as a leader. We understand that experience can be gathered through a range of roles, experiences, opportunities, and this can often also include voluntary or unpaid work. Your experience does not need to be consecutive. We understand that sometimes life means that you might need to take time off or away. Please ensure that your CV is anonymised. We are interested in reading about your professional experience. The layout or format of your CV is not assessed. You should attach your CV as a Word or PDF file. Question 3. Please tell us how taking part in the program will support you professionally to achieve your future leadership aspirations. 250 words max. Here we are interested in you telling us how the fellowship specifically will support your longer-term leadership aspirations. We would like to hear what these aspirations are, and to understand in what way or ways taking part in the fellowship will help you to move forward with them. We are looking to understand your drive and ambition in your context or area of practice, and the extent to which taking part in the fellowship will actively help you achieve these aspirations. Question 4. Thinking about your own context. Tell us about one live leadership challenge you are grappling with. What is the challenge? How are you working it through? And what would successfully overcoming the challenge look like? 250 words max. Here we would like to hear about an issue or situation that is live for you. For example, it might be a challenging professional relationship, a decision that you need to make. It could be an ethical conundrum or a difficult conversation. We are interested to hear what your approach to tackling it is, how you are using your current leadership skills to analyse the challenge, find solutions and work actively with others as necessary through it. Question 5. What skills, competencies or other development are you hoping to gain by taking part in the programme? This could be learning about yourself, your hard skills or knowledge beyond your current sector. 250 words max. The fellowship offers a range of types of learning and content. Here we are looking to see that you have an understanding of the fellowship programme and how you think the fellowship specifically, as opposed to other types of professional development, can support your leadership learning. The fellowship is a self-directed learning opportunity that focuses on reflection. We want to see evidence that you have self-awareness and the reflective skills that are at the heart of the fellowship learning process, and that you are open to learning more about your leadership. Question 6. We expect applicants to be, or seek to become, innovative changemakers. Why do you want to lead? And what difference will you make to culture and society in doing so? 250 words max. We're looking to see that you have drive and purpose in your area of work or practice. We want to understand where you are already working as a changemaker, making impact, and how that extends beyond yourself to the wider sector. Question 7. Which fellowship or fellowships are you applying for? Drop-down selection. You can apply for up to 2 types of fellowship. We will consider you for all your choices, providing you meet the eligibility criteria. Question 7a. Please tell us how you meet the eligibility criteria for the fellowships to which you are applying. You can apply for up to 2 fellowships, so ensure you reference all choices. 150 words max. You should check the criteria carefully for the fellowships for which you are applying and check you meet all the eligibility requirements. Eligibility criteria for all the fellowships are detailed on our website www.cloreleadership.org/program/Clore-fellowship/. Competition for the fellowship is fierce, and if you don't meet all the applicable criteria, we won't be able to consider you for that fellowship. If you are applying for one of the fellowships targeted at leaders, From protected characteristic groups, e.g. deaf, disabled and neurodivergent leaders, or global majority leaders, you should indicate this here. You are not asked to provide evidence. The type and range of fellowships we offer each round can vary depending on funding sources. Criteria for fellowships are linked to the funding source. We endeavour to offer a range of different types of fellowship, and particularly wish to target leaders underrepresented in the cultural sector. We understand it can be frustrating if your work falls outside of the scope of the fellowship offered in a given round. Equal opportunities monitoring information. This information is helpful to understand who applies for our programs and to report to our funders and partners. It does not form part of the assessment process. You have the option to prefer not to say. Stage 2 Overview Shortlisted applicants only. At Stage 2, you are asked to provide details of a nominator, as well as respond to questions about you and your leadership. Stage 2, your nominator, for reference shortlisted applicants only. If your application progresses and you are invited to Stage 2 of the application, you are asked to provide details of a nominator. This should be someone who knows you and your work well and can best provide a detailed, honest and considered perspective to your leadership potential, how a fellowship will benefit you and the wider sector. Your nominator should be someone with whom you have worked professionally, e.g. a line manager or someone who has worked with you at a partner organisation. Please ensure you seek permission from your nominator in advance, and ensure you give your nominator enough time to complete their form before the application deadline. Nominators received after the deadline won't be accepted. Your nominator will be contacted via the email address that you supply in your Stage 2 application, so please check that you enter the details accurately. They will receive a link to a web form to submit their nomination. They can provide the nomination in an alternative format, e.g. audio-video if they wish. The status of your application will change in the portal once your nomination has been submitted. Stage 2 Application Questions, provided for reference, shortlisted applicants only. Question 1. What is the step change in your work or practice you want to make as a leader? 250 words max. Here we are interested in what the gear shift looks like for you. The step change will be unique to you. It could be around taking a new approach to your work, amplifying the impact of your practice, taking a new strategic approach, connecting with others in new ways, or taking on a new challenge. Whatever the step change is for you, tell us what it looks like, why it is important, and how you will get there. Question 2. The cultural sector faces huge challenges and opportunities. Choose one example and tell us what success would look like and how you think it could be achieved. 250 words. Here we are interested in your perspective on the bigger picture. We are interested in hearing about how and where you can see wider need or potential for change in our sector. We are interested in your understanding of the issues and how you think we can all work as leaders to achieve change. This is an opportunity to look outwards, to imagine solutions to sectoral issues. to be creative with and explore new ways of the sector doing things. Question 3. Describe a situation in your professional life where you feel you made a wrong decision. What did you learn and what would you now do differently? 250 words max. We aren't looking for fully developed leaders. However, we are looking for leaders who are willing and able to reflect honestly, to learn, adapt, and change over time, and who have tenacity, curiosity, and self-awareness. Learning comes from failures as much as successes. In your response, don't be afraid to be honest about learning that has come about the hard way. Question 4. What perspective on leadership skills or qualities would you bring to the fellowship cohort? 250 words max. Here we wish to understand more about you and what you will bring to a diverse group of individuals in the fellowship cohort. Your data. We will use your personal data collected on the application form to liaise with you about the outcome of the application process and, if you are selected, for the administration of the program and subsequent involvement with Clore leadership. We may use some of your data for reporting and monitoring. This will be anonymized and/or aggregated and will not be shared outside Clore leadership except where you have given specific consent. Retention timelines. In the case of successful applications, we will retain your application information for 7 years, and in the case of unsuccessful applications, this information will be held for 1 year, following which this will be destroyed. If you take part in one of our programs, you will automatically be added to the Clore Leadership Network's newsletter, including news and opportunities from the sector. You can unsubscribe from this to stop receiving updates at any time. Clore Leadership takes protecting your data seriously. All our data is held in accordance with the General Data Protection Regulation (GDPR). Any data provided by you will be used only for the purpose of your application, and it will not be shared with anyone outside of Clore Leadership. You can always contact us with the request to remove your data. If you have any questions, please email info@cloreleadership.org. Our full privacy policy can be found on the Clore Leadership website www.cloreleadership.org/privacy-policy.